What a season. I mean, I won't lie, I was super nervous waking up this morning. I thought Chelsea might just bottle it. We might just turn into Banter FC. I was just praying to the gods. I'm like, please, just put in a performance today. Like, grow some balls and put in a performance. And I must say, the boys finally did it. I could safely say that was one of the best performances I've seen from Chelsea this entire season almost. And that's actually weird because that was probably the biggest game of the season today. I think there was so much pressure. There was so much pressure on the players. There was so much pressure on the coach. The team has been put in place for next season to actually challenge for the Champions League. And I feel like if we had lost today, all the hard work we had done earlier would have been all for nothing. I actually want to start off by saying, big up Mateo Kovacic. I mean, we started the game off really slow. Like, really slow. I thought Wolves were controlling the game, and I thought it's going to be another one of those days where Wolves just kind of beat us, and we just kind of like the game against Sheffield where we took a 3-0. But nah, we actually grew into the game really well. I think our midfield started bossing the game. I don't even think I saw Kovacic or Jorginho actually lose the ball, like give away the ball. I think I saw Jorginho give the ball away once. But I have to say, Mateo Kovacic was probably close to being the man of the match, if not man of the match, because the way he bossed midfield, and he was making those tactical fouls, the tactical fouls that normally N'Golo Kante makes. And that kind of helped shield our defense. Kurt Zuma, Antonio Rudiger. I mean, one of the worst defenses Chelsea has ever had, like in the history of me watching Chelsea. They have been terrible. I mean, we conceded 5 against Liverpool, and I thought today against the likes of Jimenez, Jota, Traore, I was actually surprised to even see that they left out Traore, who's pretty much been one of their best players. Him, Jimenez, they've been the top players for Wolves. But shout out to Frank Lampard. I feel like the team was well put together, and they had one job, and they managed to do it. They were well drilled today, and I think it's really looking good for Chelsea in the future. Another player that I actually want to shout out to is Mason Mount. Earlier on, I've been very skeptical about Mason Mount because we saw how Tammy was, we saw how Mount was early on. They were kind of shining, they were scoring goals, and everyone was like, yeah, this is the player of the season, this and that. Tammy Abraham. People were talking mad shit about how good they are, and Tammy kind of fell off, but that was probably, I would say, his best performance today. I don't think I've seen Mason Mount play so well. Literally, because today Pulisic, I have to say, Pulisic struggled today, and they kept smothering him, and I thought, if we can't get Pulisic to do something special for us, because we've been relying on... That's also another guy who I think has a big shot for player of the season. Him and Kovacic. But yeah, I thought, where are we going to get that spark that we needed to start off the game? But I have to say, big up to Mason Mount. He played so well today. I'm so proud of the boys. I'm so happy. We're in the Champions League. I'm excited to see Chelsea play in the Champions League next season. I feel like we're going to be able to challenge with the likes of Ziyech, maybe even Havertz, apparently, rumors say, is coming. But Werner's also coming, and they're going to get to play in the Champions League, and we will actually have a chance this time, unlike getting slapped by Bayern Munich. But yeah, I feel like the players just really... I really am a proud Chelsea supporter. I could honestly say that was probably one of our best performances of the season, actually. And that's funny because this game was the biggest game of the season for me, I think, because there was so much pressure. Everyone was waiting for us to just bottle it. And the way everything was lined up, we could have really messed up today. But the boys actually put in probably one of the biggest shifts. I'm actually sad that we didn't get to see Willian play because he's been one of our best performers since after quarantine, since before the break. And he's actually been playing well. He's been scoring. He's been assisting. But I have to say, Mason Mount did really well in that right wing, sort of right attack mid position. And he got a goal and assist, I think, so he's probably man of the match. But I can't even I have no words about how happy I am. Chelsea really just bottle job FC, bottle job defense. Kurt Zuma, Anthony Rudiger. Probably the worst partnership I've ever seen Chelsea, like in a Chelsea outfit. We conceded 5 against Liverpool. So obviously going into this game, I was not confident at all. I thought, we're probably going to concede. Traore has probably been one of the best players this season, actually in the Premier League, I think. And we actually managed to keep a clean sheet. And one thing that I'm actually happy about is, as soon as we went 2-0 up, after half time, I'm happy that we didn't sit back. We didn't let Wolves come at us. We actually decided to control the game, and we actually put more pressure on Wolves. And because of that, Wolves weren't able to actually start an attack. I think Caballero had to make he made one save from that cross. Actually, that was a really good performance by Caballero, because I know Kepa has come under fire and he's had a bad season. And I don't want to blame him, but I also want to say the defense hasn't really protected Kepa. But he's had a poor season, and I'm glad that Lampard actually decided to be ruthless about this and play Caballero, because sometimes in football, you have to be ruthless. You can't keep giving people chance after chance and then letting them disappoint you. Hopefully, Kepa will go into the off-season, take a break and just train and get his mind right, because I do think he is a talented keeper, but he's just making silly mistakes, and it's just piling up and piling up and piling up. But Caballero put in a very mature performance today. Although he wasn't challenged much, I think he made the right saves. I think he had one really tough save. I think that was from the cross that kind of turned into a shot, and he made the save. But besides that, I also think him playing the ball from the back, he made the right decisions. When he had to kick it out, he kicked it out. When he had to pass it to the defenders, he passed it to the defenders. And everyone looked confident. And I also must say, shout out to Rhys James. I always hate on the kid. But I've always said this. Rhys James plays well when we play a 3-4-3 or a back 5. Because then he gets the chance to push forward and put in all those crosses that defenders hate to defend against. And the problem comes when he's playing behind Willian. And then the problem is he's a right back that tries to play right wing. And sometimes it doesn't work out. But in a back 5, he has Captain Fantastic, Cesar Azpilicueta, to protect him. And today he had that. And I feel like Azpilicueta had probably one of his best games as well defensively today, because I don't think he was just confident. He looked confident the whole game. And that's the sense of urgency that I would like to see Chelsea start playing with next season, because it's going to be a tough season. And the team has made some good signings. We've got Ziyech coming in, Werner, maybe even Havertz. It's going to be a crazy attack. But our biggest problems this season have been our defense. I think this is one of the worst. We have probably one of the worst records in terms of conceding. I mean, Manchester United finished on top of us because of goal difference. And although people hate on Manchester United's defense, they're actually not bad. They actually don't concede much. It's just that they also make silly mistakes. But our defense is probably one of the worst defenses. Our strikers have to score 3 or 4 just so we can win a game, because they know we're going to concede 1 or 2 goals at least minimum. And today we managed to keep a clean sheet. And I must say, big up to Rudiger, big up Zuma, because that was a really mature performance from them. I don't think I've seen them defend so well this entire season. And for me, it kind of raises the question. Do we have to buy defenders? Because we have Tomori, we have Christensen, we have 4 defenders who should be performing. But they just haven't been performing, and they've been letting us down, especially set pieces and corners. But today, I think in the first half, there's a point where Wolves had about 4 corners, and we just defended well. And I was really nervous. Every time we concede a corner, I'm like, we could concede a goal. We could bottle it, but we did well. And I think the boys deserve a really big congratulations for finishing off the season so well. The Premier League is probably one of the toughest leagues, and we managed to finish top 4 without any signings really because of the transfer ban, and with a brand new coach who literally has no experience coaching a Premier League team. He's just a club legend, and I thought this could be a bad move by us. Everyone was talking about how they don't expect the team to finish top 4 at least, and we had that bright start in the league. We started off winning games, and I thought Frank Lampard could be the manager to take us forward. But he's proven himself. He's proven the haters wrong. So shout out to Lampard. I would say for someone who's hasn't coached in the Premier League and to get a job this big for an entire season, to be able to finish in the top 4, and we still have the FA Cup final to play for. So if he can get a cup and a top 4 finish, that I wouldn't complain about that. That's a good season for us, and I'm proud of the boys. The Premier League is just the best league, and it's the best, it's the toughest, but it's the most entertaining. So shout out to the Premier League. I don't care. It's the best league in the world. I don't care about the farmers in France, Spain, Germany, Messi, Ronaldo. I don't care about watching those guys. All I care about is the Premier League. So that for me was a really good finish. I mean, initially I thought we could bottle it and then Leicester win and then Chelsea finish 5th and we play Europa. But who wants to play Europa? Who wants to play on a Thursday night? Nobody. So I'm proud of the boys. But anyway, let me get into the player ratings. Starting off with Caballero. I think he didn't have many saves. I already spoke about this. I think I'm going to give him a 9 because we kept a clean sheet. He saved everything that he had to save. You know, I think he played really well out from the back. We had no pressure from the back. And even when Wolves tried to press high, I think Caballero managed to kick out, especially at crucial moments. He managed to kick the ball out instead of playing it out from the back and risking us making mistakes. So yeah, I think Caballero deserves a 9 for today's performance. And then moving on to Cesar Azpilicueta. I think Captain Fantastic, really. He's come under fire a lot for obvious reasons because he makes a lot of mistakes sometimes. But when you need him the most, he always comes through. And he looked really confident today. I thought his passing was good. His link up with Rhys James was good. He was going forward, but at the same time, he was mature about it. He kind of sat back a little bit and let James and Mount also link up when the time was right. And I feel that helped our defense stay solid because we had that solid 3 at the back and nothing was going through. Wolves couldn't get through. They tried, but they just couldn't. They tried on the left-hand side. And I think I didn't even see like any major crosses coming in from that side. So I'm probably going to also, I'm giving Azpilicueta a 9 today because that was a really good performance. The pressure was on and he managed to pull us through. And he's the captain of the club, so I expect a lot from him. And he really produced today. Moving on to Kurt Zuma. Kurt Zuma has probably been one of the worst defenders for Chelsea in a long time. This season has been a bad season for Kurt Zuma. Personally, I wanted him out. I was crying, Kurt Zuma out, Antonio Rudiger out. But today, I don't know what happened. I don't know what Lampard said to him. I don't know what they said to him before the match, what the teammates said to him, but he looked really confident today. He's not shy, really, to take the ball on. Today, he didn't really push forward, but defensively, making the right tackles, making those tactical fouls that we needed in order for the team not to get ahead of us. And we really didn't look troubled at the back. It was probably one of our best defensive performances I've seen in a long time from Chelsea. I mean, we conceded 5 against Liverpool. I get that it's Liverpool, but still, that was poor. But I'm proud of Kurt Zuma's performance. I think he deserves. I'm gonna give him an 8 today because I think he deserves an 8. That was a really, really good shift. Antonio Rudiger. I won't lie to you guys. Rudiger, I don't like him as a defender, and I think Chelsea going forward, I think we should cash in on him, and I don't know where. He should go back to Germany or go to a farmer league because he just doesn't look comfortable defending players. And it's almost like his legs, whenever I see him, like his legs are kind of wobbly. And I'm like, dude, what's going on with this guy? Sometimes he looks over energetic or over eager and then he messes up. It's like, bro, just do something right. But today, I think he really showed maturity. I mean, he was hounding players. He wasn't letting them slip. And I think that was probably one of his best performances too, like defensively of the season. I mean, he kept a clean sheet. He was hounding the Wolves attack. You could tell Wolves were like, oh, now we have to attack again. Because literally, Zuma and Rudiger made it so difficult for Jimenez that I don't think they were actually like comfortable attacking. And Wolves have been such a good side this season, and they're really well drilled. But our defense today was just impeccable, really. So yeah, I would probably I'm giving him a 9 because that was probably one of his best defensive performances this season. And hopefully they can kick on next season and defend like this. Let me get to Rhys James. I think Rhys James, this could have been potentially a bad game for him because he's a young player, inexperienced, and really there was a lot of pressure on the game today. A lot of pressure. I didn't think Lampard would start him, but clearly Lampard believes in the guy. And the problem I have with Rhys James is that he is a right back who wants to play right wing. And when you do that, you get exposed when the other team attacks because there's no one there. But in a back 5 formation or a 3-4-3 formation, Rhys James thrives because he has Azpilicueta there to support him. And Azpilicueta is much more experienced than him. And he can make those tackles and cover for him whenever he's bombing forward. And because he is good going forward. Rhys James is really brilliant going forward. The crosses he puts in, defenders hate. And today, I think Rhys James put in a very mature performance. I have to say, I have been a Rhys James hater, especially post-lockdown, because it looked like he was lackadaisical on the field. He wasn't playing well, but Lampard clearly has confidence in the guy. And today, I have to give him an 8 out of 10. I think he surprised me today. He put in a really mature performance for someone that young, and with all the pressure of having to get over that line and try to make top 4. I think he played a really good game. His link-up play as well with Mason Mount was really good. And I think that's a future partnership. Shout out to Chelsea's development because literally those players are from our academy and we've produced really, really good players. And I'm proud. So yeah, I'm going to give Rhys James an 8. Marcos Alonso. Another player who's at times wants to be a left wing when he's a left back. But he thrives. We've seen it under Antonio Conte. He thrives in a back 5 or that 3-4-3 formation. And he's free to go forward and attack. I don't think defenders like defending against him. And he played really well today as well. He always puts in a good shift. And him and Pulisic normally combine well. And yeah, I'd have to give Alonso an 8 as well, because it was a really mature performance from him. Defensively as well, he was making the tackles, he was tracking back, he was making the tactical fouls. And I don't think they started Neto, and Neto he didn't look good today. And I thought Wolves would start Traore, which they didn't. I was shocked about that, but he came on, and obviously Traore has been one of the best players in the league this season. And I think I saw Traore twice attacking, but besides that, Alonso and Rudiger had Traore in their pockets for most of the game. I wasn't even scared anymore. About 70th minute, I was confident. I thought we'd need a third goal, but clearly we didn't because we defended so well and we attacked so well. We kept the pressure, and that's the one thing I like about Alonso. Alonso always keeps putting pressure on defenders, even when we're winning, even when we're losing. And right now, I think he's our best left back because I don't see Emerson doing what Alonso can do. He offers a lot more attacking-wise, even though defensively sometimes he lacks. And as I said, his combination with Pulisic is really deadly. So I have to give him an 8 today. Moving on to the midfield. Jorginho, Kovacic. I've already sang their praises today. They really played well. They controlled the ball. Started off slow, but we managed to control the ball. And I think Jorginho, I'm not sure what the club is planning to do with him, but I think we should keep him. The one thing I like about Jorginho as well is that before Jorginho even gets the ball, he knows where to pass. He sees the pass, and I feel like that's a good quality that a midfielder has, because yes, he plays in that central midfield role, but it's also dangerous because he can attack. He could just make a quick pass to Giroud at any moment, and the defenders won't even know because he's already thought about it before it even happens. So I think I saw him give the ball away once today, maybe twice, but all in all, good performance by Jorginho, and I hope he continues this if he plays. So because clearly N'Golo Kante is injured, but if he plays against Arsenal in the FA Cup, I hope he continues this. I have to give him an 8. Mateo Kovacic, as I said, shout for player of the season for Chelsea. Brilliant performance. Anyone who hates on Mateo Kovacic, please, you can sit down. I don't want to hear anyone say anything bad about Mateo Kovacic, because that was a brilliant performance, and he's proved himself time and time again in big match situations that we need a player like him in our midfield. And for that, I have to give him a 10 out of 10 because that was a brilliant performance. I don't think we didn't lose the ball. He was making the tactical fouls and his passing. And another thing that I like about Kovacic is he drives forward. And that's a good quality. And I hope that next season he can actually improve on taking shots, because sometimes he has space to shoot, but he always looks for the pass. But he was driving really forward, and for that, I have to give him a 10 out of 10 today. Brilliant performance. Let me get on to Christian Pulisic, another person who has shout for player of the season. Didn't have the best game today. I think maybe he was tired, or maybe it's because from the injury. Maybe he didn't train well. But obviously today he didn't look good. But I can't hate on Pulisic. He has literally carried our team this season, apart from when he got injured. But yeah, he's carried Chelsea, and I think he's one for the future. I think he's world class, probably one of the best left wingers in the league right now, maybe in the world. I thought we'd miss Hazard when he left, but clearly Pulisic has taken that role as the guy, and I'm excited to see him play next season. But yeah, I think today, not the best performance. And another thing that I realized, Wolves were smothering him. They would have 3 or 4, as soon as he got the ball, 3 or 4 players on him immediately, because they don't want the smoke from Christian Pulisic. And one thing I liked about Pulisic is, even though he struggled today, he kept pushing, he kept trying, he didn't give up, he didn't, head down, kind of shoulders shrugged. He kept on trying, kept on attacking, and I want to say, tough game for him, but all in all, I'm happy with how he performed throughout the season. So I would have to give Pulisic, I have to give him a 5 today. Probably our worst player on the pitch today, but as I said, he's still our best player, and I hope to see him next season. So big up Pulisic, head up. Next game, hopefully FA Cup final. I hopefully you can pick it up and score a goal for us at least. Getting on to the goal scorers for today, Olivier Giroud and Mason Mount today put in a big shift. I think that was probably one of Giroud and Mount's best performances of the season. And I really like Giroud. The one thing I really like about Giroud is that even if he's not getting chances in the box, he's able to hold up play. Sometimes we get pressed and our backline just plays a long ball. Giroud literally hounds defenders. He hounds defenders. I've noticed that defenders don't like playing against him. We saw what he did to Manchester United in the FA Cup semi-final. And now again today, literally hounding defenders. That's one thing I don't like about Tammy Abraham, is that whenever he comes on, if he doesn't score a tap-in or a goal, it's like, dude, we literally have 10 men on the pitch, pretty much. But yeah, Giroud just offers a different outlet, and defenders don't like defending against him. The link-up play between him, the midfield, and the two attacking players was brilliant today. I'm glad he got his goal, and I really want Giroud to continue starting for Chelsea. And I'm glad that Lampard started being ruthless about this and started benching Tammy. Tammy is a good young player, but he's just not ready to be the starting number 9 for Chelsea Football Club. So I'm glad Giroud stepped up when he was called upon, and I think he's finished off the season with 9 goals, which is probably one of his best scoring seasons, considering how many starts he's had. So I have to give Olivier Giroud a 10. Also, brilliant goal, brilliant finish, and hopefully he can continue this in the FA Cup as well. Moving on to probably man of the match today, Mason Mount. Brilliant performance. Earlier on in the season, I wasn't convinced by Mason Mount, to be honest. I thought he's good. I mean, he was scoring, but I wasn't convinced. I thought maybe it was just a purple patch, but clearly he's proven me wrong. He's proven a lot of people wrong, and clearly Lampard believes in him because he plays him almost every game. And today, Mason Mount really put in a big shift, goal and an assist, and I feel like he was constantly hounding defenders, and I think that was probably Mason Mount's best performance of the season for me that I've watched him play. He was just causing problems today, and I hope he can continue this because I thought we'd be missing Willian today, but we didn't miss him. Mason Mount had that side covered, and the defenders just didn't like playing against him. And for that, I have to give Mason Mount a 10. 10 out of 10. I think it was a brilliant performance. Yeah. Moving on to the coach, Frank Lampard. First season as a Premier League coach, coaching a big club like Chelsea with a lot of pressure, no transfers. Pretty much Pulisic, the only guy who's new. He got handed a team that he didn't pick. And, sometimes the team let him down during the season, especially defensively. But today, he got the dub. Brilliant performance by the team. The team knew what they had to do. They were well drilled. And I feel like Lampard really actually embraces the pressure of the Premier League and being a Premier League coach. And I like the way he sticks up for our players. I like the way he sticks up for the club. And he is a club legend and everyone loves him. And that alone had to put so much pressure on him. But he managed to make the top 4. And we're playing for a cup. If you ask me, for a first season, I think he's done exceptional. And I'm excited to see how far he can take the club. I have to give Lampard a 10 out of 10 because that was a high pressure game and the boys managed to pull through. And thank you, Frank Lampard. Thank you for your service. Brilliant. The tactics were spot on. The boys were switched on. And you could see how happy he was. He was so animated especially when Giroud scored that second goal. You could tell that meant a lot to him. And hopefully we could challenge next season for the trophy. Getting on to the subs today. We didn't really need any subs, to be honest. The subs didn't really do much. They came on late. Starting off with Callum Hudson-Odoi. Young player, he came on. Didn't really do much. Standard 5 for him. Hopefully he can recover from his injury fully next season. I think next season we'll see the best of Callum because he is a brilliant prospect. No wonder all the clubs like Bayern Munich and all of them are chasing after him. So I'm excited to see him play next season. I don't want to be too harsh on the guy. But yeah, standard 5. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, standard 5. Tammy Abraham, standard 5. I feel like Tammy could have scored or at least had an assist, but he was selfish. I don't know what happened, and he hit the ball straight to the keeper. Could have been a 3-0. Could have been another goal for him. I think he has 14 goals now, or 15 goals. But yeah, good season for him, I guess. But yeah, standard 5. Ross Barkley, standard 5. And then, who else? Pedro, standard 5 as well. Came on. Pedro, thank you for your service. I know he's moving on. I wish him the best at Napoli. Is it Napoli or no, Roma? Sorry. Yeah, Roma. Thank you for your service. He has been a good player for us. a very, very good player, especially under Antonio Conte. That was probably his best seasons. And yeah, thank you for your service. I wish him the best at Roma. He's a really good player, mature and experienced, and he has a lot of trophies in his cabinet. So yeah, standard 5 for them. And that leads us to the end of our player ratings, really. Yeah, and once again, I am proud of the boys. I hope that we can continue this momentum through to the FA Cup final, because we really need that trophy just to instill more confidence in the players, especially the young players, and it will help with our self-belief so that Chelsea can start believing that we can actually win trophies. So I hope that we could continue this performance. Look out for another video for the Chelsea versus Arsenal. I hope London is blue, but yeah, Arsenal also had a good win today. But I'm excited to watch Chelsea. I'm not as nervous anymore. I was more nervous for making top 4 than anything else. So I'm really proud of the boys. Look out for that video, the Chelsea versus Arsenal. Probably I'm going to do a review, so look out for that. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'm new to the game and I really, really, really love football. So thank you for watching. Peace.